based off hunger or passion? What I think about it was probably passion, because when I completed university and I was out of national service, I actually thought about, starting a cleaning business. But thank God it didn't push through, because my stupid self used my ex-boyfriend's name as the company's name. My name is Florence and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I got back here. I didn't know YouTube was going to be so hard for me. Like, I do TikTok and usually it's like taking small videos and you're done. But now that I have to do like this long video and I have to sit down and edit, I just posted one and I think I almost gave up, but now I'm back. And so in this video, we are going to discuss how it all started for me. In my previous video, I've discussed how I started with 0 Ghana cedis and how it actually went. But now I'm going to go into details from, where to start from, the pricing, and, everything you're supposed to do if you're starting afresh. And so welcome, take a seat, because this is going to be a very, 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 very long video. Completed university, I was out of national service. And immediately I thought about starting a cleaning business. I lived in Kumasi then, and so I didn't have my family there. I didn't have anybody, but I was very bent on living in that town because Kumasi is a very nice place to live. Living expenses is low and everything. And if you are starting out and you have like a good paying job, then Kumasi is going to be like a good place for you. And so I thought about starting a cleaning company. I actually even interviewed a few people right out of school, right out of national service. I remember I got a few women in my neighborhood and I interviewed them and put them down for my business. A friend of mine's friend had opened a mall and they were looking for, someone to sublet their cleaning to. And I thought, oh, this is something that I could do. And so I immediately even wrote a proposal. And then I knew nothing about cleaning businesses. However, I had done a little research, and so I was ready to, take up that challenge. But then they saw that I was very new, I was novel, and so I think it was good that they didn't give me that huge thing. Sometimes you think of yourself as, oh, you will be able to do this huge thing, but then it's always good to take your time and learn. So I'm actually appreciative that they didn't give it to me, even though it hurt me small. But it's okay that they didn't give it to me because it's brought me a long way. When I came to Accra, I did a lot of work. Like I worked for Forestry Commission for a while, unpaid work for over how many months. It was hell. I struggled through that time. However, by some divine intervention, I got to work as a contract staff in Cocoa Board for a while. That one too didn't end up well. I had one woman in my apartment. The apartment I lived, she was supposed to be the cleaner, but she wasn't paid well. Like, I would look at this woman come all the way from wherever, and then she wasn't paid well. And so one day I got up and I said, you know what? I'm going to make sure this woman gets her pay. But then she's so good, and so I have to work with her. And so I put her down. When I started, I remember telling a few people at my workplace that, you know what, I want to start a cleaning company. And almost everybody in my office was so supportive. Like, I remember one particular girl, Nicole, she kept saying, Florence, you need to start this business. In fact, I will let my brother create a flyer for you. He does flyers and he's so good. We'll do it very cheap for you, and so I'm going to make sure that he does it for you, and then you start immediately. So her brother actually did the flyer for me, my first flyer. He did a few for me, and I just immediately started posting on my status. Just posting it there. I remember putting my flyer on my DP, just on standby for when somebody called me. During that whole time, I continued to learn how to, run a cleaning business. I was reading how to actually clean, because what if someone called me? And during that time, I remember that a few people will book me. Someone will ask, oh, can you bring one of your cleaners to come and, clean for me? And I'll take them there. I remember the first time I actually did the job, a guy I was talking to called me to come and clean his home, and I took a couple of women to his place. And I remember that even though they did an okay work, it wasn't as professional as I do it now. But then for now, I now see that it was all a good learning experience for me. I was supposed to go through all of that to be able to get to you know, where I am going now. And so yeah, that is how I started the cleaning business. It could have been based off passion because it's something that I had always wanted to do. Thinking back at it in Kumasi, trying to start it, coming back to Accra, getting up one day and being like, you know what, this is something I want to do. And one thing about me, I give up very, very easily on a lot of stuff. But with this cleaning business, I never actually gave up. Like, that is what truly surprises me every day. I never truly felt like, okay, I'm tired, I'm not going to do it. Every time I had a call, I would stop whatever I was doing and go and do it. And it's something that has really helped me. Believe it or not, when I started, I didn't know how to price too. I didn't know how to do most things. I would do the sharpest of things, and then I'll just keep it going and relearning. And that is how you keep moving in this industry. And I'm so glad that I did. And so if you really, really want to start out in this business, what I would advise you to do is that you just start. You see, put yourself out there. It's not easy for anybody. It's getting clients wasn't very easy for me. I went years, I would say a year and change before I had my very first big client. And it was such a breakthrough for me. Even after I got the big clients, I continued to be dormant for a very long time. I've had periods where, because of family circumstances, I had to, you know, stay back. But every time I go back and I realized that this is probably my calling. Like, I love cleaning. I simply just love cleaning. Sometimes I wake up and then I just want to clean and then use it to, you know, think and have my peace of mind. It's just something that I really, really like doing. And so I would just advise that, you know, you start. It's not too late to start, and definitely you're going to get there.
I don't have to run, I don't have to chase. God's timing is perfect, it's never late. Every door he closes, he makes a way. What's mine won't miss me, it's here to stay.